This matchup is a part of the Unsung Heroes of the 1990s tournament. As you can see by the brackets, it is the last round matchup, the last of the first round matches. So, Sean Ray has advanced over Vince Taylor and Andreas Munzer. There was no upset there. Chris Cormier upset Kevin Levrone, in my opinion, to advance to the finals. And today's matchup, this is going to be a pick'em. Flex Wheeler, I will be using the 1993 version. Nasser El Sonbaty, this is the 97 front relaxed, but I will be using the 1996 version. That was a little bit better in my opinion. Couldn't get the front relaxed to the 96. Gosh darn it. Paul Dillett, I will be using the 1994 version, and you may see some politics involved with this one. As far as Flex Wheeler is concerned, you may see an appearance of the 93 Arnold Classics. It's the same year. I don't know. I like to maintain just Mr. Olympias for this one, but what the heck. Front relaxed, Flex Wheeler is not winning this one. Not at all. He's placing dead last. It's a pick'em between the other two gentlemen. They are so huge, so muscular, and the conditioning of both men. I don't know. Hard to choose. Rear relaxed. This time I believe Flex Wheeler and Paul Dillett are the two top men. So it's pretty easy. You don't have to sit there all day and figure out who's winning the symmetry round. Paul Dillett is. He was either first or second in both. There's no side relaxed. So Paul Dillett, a lot of people say he was the Mr. Olympia in the front relaxed position. So he gets a 1-pointer. Let's dive headfirst into the muscularity round. Front double bicep pose. This doesn't show Nasser's physique. There is this one. It's a screenshot, and you can see it distorts his whole physique. I mean, look at how narrow his head gets. There is this one, which I like, but of course it doesn't show the whole arm. Now, this is a difficult decision to make because most people would place Flex Wheeler dead last. I'm placing him first. This is an aesthetic pose to me, and if you're familiar with my channel and my judging, you know that I do go for aesthetics in this pose along with a few other ones. Flex Wheeler, unreal. Now it is a battle between the other two gentlemen. I picked Nasser because I'm familiar with most of their front double bicep poses, the pictures, things of that nature. And Nasser has more of a peak on his bicep, and he's more symmetrical when you look at the conditioning of the legs. It matches his upper body much more. So it was a tight decision. Nasser gets the 1-pointer. On we go with the front lat spread. Nasser El Sonbaty. I did a little trick here. I placed one of his arms over there and vice versa. You can see what I did. Anyway, he is winning this shot. He's the only one out of the three that has a symmetrical front lat spread. Each lat resembles each other. Paul Dillett, he could easily win this one if he was symmetrical. One lat's just huge, bulbous. The other one, pretty much non-existent, as well as the delts. Flex Wheeler, he looks pretty good. Definitely nowhere near as good as Nasser, but enough to get a 1-pointer. I may have even made Paul a little bit too large here, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Side chest, Flex Wheeler, the easy weak link in this one. I never appreciated his side chest. Paul Dillett and Nasser, this is the matchup. This is the battle. Paul's quads much better, Nasser's hamstrings much bigger. Equal in the glutes, I believe. Nasser, from what you can see of the midsection, I actually appreciate that better than what I'm seeing from Paul's. You may say Paul has better legs, but I think Nasser has better arms. I don't like the way Paul's dealt. It's sticking out. But it's pretty even nonetheless. When I look at just the pecs, I am going with Nasser. His pec is a little bit larger, occupies more space, and perhaps a little bit more striated. But it's a close one. Man, it's a battle between Paul and Nasser. Two of the bulls from the 90s for sure, but Nasser, just too much in this pose for Paul. So, side chest shot, or side tricep rather, I apologize. This is another Nasser shot. Nasser is running roughshod upon both of these two gentlemen. Flex Wheeler, he has a good tricep there. I don't like his display. Ditto with Paul Dillett. He has a fantastic tricep, much like Flex Wheeler's, bigger, and his display is a little bit better, so he gets the 1 notch. Now the back developments, much like every single matchup that I've ever put on, this will make or break this competition, and things look good for one Nasser El Sonbaty. Very lopsided are the lat spread. I'm using the 93 Paul Dillett. I apologize. Very lopsided are both of the rear lat spreads of Paul Dillett and Flex Wheeler. If everything was equal, I would go with Paul. He's bigger, but you can see the muscle separation much more. If Flex Wheeler's back was symmetrical, this would be a decent or more than decent rear lat spread. But have a look, guys. Have a look at my previous judging. You know that it would be a tragedy if I ever were to judge for Flex Wheeler in the rear lat spread. So on to the rear double bi, and this is where you are going to see some politics injected into this one. The rear double bicep of Flex Wheeler is in fact of the Arnold Classics of 1993, and if you don't think that makes a difference, you're wrong. You're way wrong. Flex Wheeler 93 Arnold Classic, he had some striated glutes that would match up with Phil Heath's, what's his name there? Ronnie Coleman, the King. I like to call him the King. Man, look at those glutes, and look at the lower back. He's winning this shot. Hands down, condition plus. I'm definitely going with Nasser El Sonbaty. His arms, not as good, nowhere near as Paul Dillett's. And even in the leg department, Paul is good. Not the hamstrings, but I mean the glutes, fantastic. But Paul's back itself is just too small. It's like a miniature back attached to a big giant. Look at the width of Nasser El Sonbaty's. Definitely much better in the rear double bi. So Nasser pretty much appeared on every one of these poses, at least with 1 point, or if not 2. Ab and thigh shot. My opinion, again, more politics for Flex Wheeler. This is the Arnold's Classics. Wow, Paul Dillett, him and Nasser El Sonbaty. What a matchup. Through this entire competition, it's been a tight decision between these two. Even though Flex Wheeler, he's probably losing in the V-taper, he's winning in the thigh, he's winning in the abs. I'm giving him the double pointer. Flex Wheeler finishing off strong in this little competition. Now, the business at hand, I decided to go with Nasser El Sonbaty. His conditioning is a little bit tighter. He gets the 1 pointer, and Paul Dillett amazingly gets no points in the ab and thigh. One of the best ab and thighs of all time, and he's losing. I can't believe it. We finish off with the most muscular as usual. This is a tough one, a very tight decision to make. Nasser El Sonbaty, I'm going to give him this one because of the pecs alone. Of course, Paul, bigger in the arms, fantastic set of legs. Everything else looks good. Flex Wheeler, too small to compete with these two big Hostettlers. Fantastic. The crab most muscular, maybe not as strong as a pose for Nasser, but still winning nonetheless. Look at the width. Maybe the smallest set of arms in the crab position, that is. But look at the delts. They just look like rock, hard, grainy, just muscle. Look at that. No synthol in there. Well, maybe. But anyway, doesn't really matter. I'm giving Nasser a final double pointer in the most muscular. Paul Dillett gets a 1 pointer. Flex Wheeler, no points in the crab position, or in both the combination of the most musculars. We're adding this up, and the winner should be no surprise to you guys, but we will announce the third place winner first, or the loser, rather, and it was a tight decision. This was a good matchup. Paul Dillett places third, and if you had asked me before this matchup, I would have placed Paul Dillett third. You know, he has a weak back, things of that nature, but with no disrespect meant to him. Flex Wheeler, no surprise to anybody. He did not win this match, but he looked good, no doubt. He was missing some size, and not just size, but that rock-hard condition of Nasser was just too much for him. Too much indeed. Nasser El Sonbaty, speak of the devil, he wins this competition, and he advances on to the finals. What a matchup that will make, guys. Sean Ray, the Stingray, never one to bet against at all, so don't. And many people will bet against Chris Cormier, of course. Nasser El Sonbaty, he could be the clear winner, but back to Chris Cormier for a second. He handled a 1995 Kevin Levrone. He's very underrated. This man could wipe out everybody in this competition. Should be a fantastic main event. Worth watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hit a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day.